stop whispering. Ay nako, attorney, namumuro ko na. Please. Mayor, I will be asking you again, ha? There is an exchange of communication between you notifying them of their violation and then explaining from them their violation. Oh, they did not reply. Oh, so after that they did not reply on the violation that you mentioned.
What's up mga kayo? Welcome back pa rin syempre dito lang sa Joe Malone TV. Tunay na balita, walang kinakampihan, sumasalamin sa katotohanan lamang.
Sa license, Your Honor. Sa rules mismo po, walang nakalagay po doon.
I see. Thank you. Yes. Bago ko lang ibalik. Yes, Pagcor.
Sir, if I may just clarify, sir, meron pong nakalagay po na address dun po sa license namin, which is the Thai Court po, Thai Royal Court, Pulong Maba, Santa Cruz, Porac, Pampanga. And also, in the applications po that was submitted to us by the company in 2020, in-apply lang po nila is nasa 3,000 square meters lang po. So impossible po talaga na makover po namin yung 8 hectares of property kung saan po nakatayo ang 46 buildings. Ever since po, hindi po yun nadagdagan. And also, it's very clear po sa regulations po ng PAGCOR na site-specific po talaga ang lisensya namin. Hindi po kami pwedeng maglisensya ng general lang po. And meron po sa kasalukuyan na regulations, meron din pong tinatawag na hub. So sa hub po, yun po yung malaki po talaga at wala po kaming lisensyadong hub po doon po sa Porac, Pampanga. So I just want to emphasize that.
Yeah, Mayor. Naka-indicate pala sa license yung specific address. So, at the same time, pag bibigay ka ng permit o pag nakita mo, kasi malaking investment tataka ka, ba't hindi dun sa sila nag-apply, ba't tinatayo to sa ibang lugar?
Actually, within area lang po yun. Pero yung sa permit po, wala pong nakalagay na specific. We can provide you the permit po, Your Honor. Yung pong sinasabi siguro ni Madam, yung pong Attorney Fernandez, yung pong the permit to possess PTP is a certificate issued by PAGCOR to providers for a studio gaming setup. Yun lang po ang site specific po.
Tsaka di ba natural, marami mayor din si Kong Loyola. Pag ganyan ang mga investor, kinakausap niya ng mayor Di ba? Pumupunta yan, tumadalaw yan sa mayor's office Dahil laki ng investment
Kaya para sa'yo, gusto mo sa Maynila si Orbe.
Very true.
Nagpakilala yan, di ba?
Opo, Your Honor.
Or yung mayor daw napunta doon, sabi ni Kong ako.
Hindi, merong balita, yung indulgence sa Congressman Perez. Is this true that merong extension ng seat ng munisipyo doon sa gitna?
Wala pong extension po, wala po.
Wala extension doon?
Opo, yung pinakita doon po ay hindi
Pero
operational.
meron kang doon, hindi extension, meron kang opisina doon.
Wala po.
You're under oath,
Yes.
Mayor.
Yes, I know po.
Is the person beside you your lawyer?
Yes, Your Honor.
Your lawyer? You're entitled to a lawyer, but simple lang naman yung mga tanong namin dito, yung mga illegal activities that were conducted in your vicinity. Kasi nga, nag-issue sila ng cancellation ng license. Di ba? Kinancel mo na rin. Hindi ka na rin nag-issue, di ba, ng business permit?
Yes, Your Honor. On our part po.
When was that?
Noong January 2024 po. Kaya 6 months before the raid, wala na pong permit sa amin ng Lucky South.
Okay. Sige. So kung sinasabi mo na hindi ka nag-issue ng permit noong January 2024, what have you done after the non-issuance of the business permit? You notified the owner?
Yes, Your Honor.
Where's the letter that you notified them? Can you kindly give it to me right now? The notification.
We'll provide you.
Have you told them about? Wait, Mayor. You listen. Have you told them about the violation that they have committed?
Yes, Your Honor.
Through what? Letter or verbal? Lawyer, please. Uh,
Wala namang mali o tamang sagot eh.
please stop
Maynila.
whispering.
Ikaw, tay.
Okay? Go ahead.
Through our letter, Your Honor.
Where's the letter?
Bakit?
We'll provide.
Can you provide it right now?
Uh,
O then after explaining your intention to close the premises, they have replied
Ikaw, tay.
on your expression of your violation. Am I right?
Bakit si Yorme? Bakit
Ah,
sa Maynila mo gusto?
they write a letter to us.
Okay. Anong sagot nila doon anong violation ang sinabi mo sa kanila?
Because of violation of dun sa occupancy, sa negative sa fire po. And
Yun ang minention mo na reason for the violation of the business permit, not the reason that was given by the PAGCOR.
actually, iniingan din po namin sila ng IGL permit. Wala silang may pagita
Wala.
sa amin.
O sige, so
Your Honor.
ngayon nagsabi sila na anong explanation nila sa letter nila?
They
Mayor,
did not-
I
they
will
did
be
not-
asking you again, ha? There is an exchange of communication between you notifying them of their violation and then explaining from them their violation and something that they will be done on that violation. Merong exchange na yan, ha? Communication, ha? Correct?
They did not reply, Your Honor.
Oh, they did not reply. Oh, so after that they did not reply on the violation that you mentioned, anong ginawa ninyo?
Yun nga po, hindi na namin in-issuean ng permit. Then nagkaroon,
No, hindi ka na nag-issue ng January 2024 eh. You mentioned a while ago eh. So kung hindi ka na nag-issue ng business permit prior to that, di ba? Hindi ka na nag-issue, pinag-explain mo sila ng kanilang violation, hindi sila nag-reply. Ano ang tamang next of action?
yes, we did a joint inspection, Your Honor. Pinuntahan po namin yung area. Kaya wala naman po
Mayor,
nakita.
bago ka magkaroon ng JIT, okay? Kasi bago ka joint inspection team, di ba? Binubuo yun eh. Kaya ka nga sumulat sa kanya, sabi mo kanina, di ba? Sumulat ka ng notice of violation, di ba?
Yes.
Kasi nakabuo ka na ng JIT. After nung nabuo mo yung JIT, doon nag-issue ka na ng notice of violation. Tapos, ang susunod na step, sasagot siya. Kasi bibigyan mo siya ng oras para sagutin kung ano yung violation eh. Bibigyan mo rin siya ng time para makorek niya yung violation niya. Ang sabi mo kanina, hindi sila nag-reply. So the next course of action is to write them again a letter. At kapag hindi pa rin sila sumagot, ang gagawin mo, papadlock mo sila. Did you do that?
Hindi,
Did you do that?
Hindi na po.
Bakit mo hindi ginawa? Kasi ako, meron ako pinapadlock sa amin eh. I did all the requirements according to our local government code. Sinunod ko yun, notify ko sila, nag-explain sila, inisnab ang mga letter ko. Alam mo ginawa ko? Nag-coordinate ako sa PNP, lahat pinadlock namin. BPLO, kasama BPLO, pinadlock namin. Yun ang course of action ng mayor na dapat na ginawa. Ang tanong, ginawa mo? Ang sagot mo, hindi.
Yes, Your Honor.
Bakit?
Actually, nung joint inspection team namin, wala naman po kaming nakita na
Yun nga, sinasabi nga ng PAGCOR, di na sila nag-issue ng IGL eh. Oh, tapos sabi mo may problema sa occupancy permit. Hindi ka na rin nag-issue ng ng tinatawag mong business permit. So meaning may violation. Stop whispering. Ay nako, attorney.
Madalas ka ba sa Mariones?
Attorney, namumuro ka na. Please. Mayor, bakit hindi mo pinadlock? Yun ang tanong. Bakit hindi mo pinadlock? Anong reason? What is the 100 million reason?
actually may process naman po.
Yun na nga ang process eh, Mr. Mayor eh. Ang process no, yung sinabi ko sa'yo. O may violation galing sa PAGCOR, may violation galing sa'yo. Nagkaroon kayo ng GIT. Pinunta mo doon. Ito violation yan. Ang daming violation yan. Okay, sulat sa business mo. May violation kayo. Bigyan mo siya ng 1 month. After 1 month, susulat. Mayor, ito yung violation namin. Iko-correct po namin ang aming violation. Wala silang sulat sa'yo kasi siguro very close kayo. Hindi ka ni-reply yan eh. Pero mo, mayor ka, hindi ka sasagutin. Hindi sasagot sa'yo yung mga business establishment doon na sinasabi mo may violation ka? Oh. Ano sagot sa'yo? Wala, inisnab ka. Ngayon, ang gagawin mo, susulat ka uli, inisnab ka eh. After a month, binigyan mo isang buwan, hindi pa rin sumagot, padlock mo.
Ang totoo po, yun sana ang magiging course of action namin. Hindi na po kami umabot doon.
Mayor,
Nagkaroon po ng raid,
Mayor,
Your Honor.
Mayor kami. Naintindihan namin yung explanation mo. Naintindihan namin yan. January, di ba? Ngayon, di ba? Hindi ka na nag-issue ng January. Kailan yung operation? Kailan yung operation? June. 6 months wala kang ginawa. Hindi mo pinadlock man lang kahit yung sinasabi nila Altenco na ito yung isang building na doon na nag-ooperate ang IGL. Pinadlock mo yun para hindi na nakapasok yung mga empleyado na magtatrabaho doon sa IGL. Di ba ganun ang procedure eh? Tama mali? Tama mali?
Yes, Your Honor.
See? So, reminder, no? Hindi ko alam, pero you have violated your being the LCE. Di ba? Ako, ako dyan, critical ako sa ganyan nung ako naging mayor. Lalo na nung may pinadlock ako doon. Kasi you will be accused also of being one-sided. Pero I see to it that binibigyan ko sila ng isang buwan na mag-reply. Pag hindi, 3 beses ako sumulat. 3 beses ako sumulat, hindi nila ako ni-replyan. Pinadlock ko. Anyway, so we'll be asking the next interpellator, Mr. Representative, my friend, my very friend. Sabi ka kanina, di ba? Sabi, Congressman Kit Flores.
Thank
You
you,
recognize.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. My questions would be directed to Yusek Cruz. Sir. Sir, matagal na pong pinag-uusapan yung mga illegal activities going on in Pogos, di ba? I wanted to find out po kung ano yung difficulties that you encountered, PAOK encountered, in siguro enforcing search warrants or securing search warrants and other stuff like that po.
Ang mabigat, sir, na-encounter namin are probably the leaks, sir, during the application pa lang ng search warrants. Napapadala na kagad kami ng videos that those persons to be arrested, especially those foreigners and those who are operating yung mga illegal pogos na yan, nagtatakasan na, sir. So, I don't know, sir, but maybe because they have resources, they have money, they have connections. That's why every raid, nakakatatlong raid kaming ginawa, sir. Laging ang leakage, sir, talagang massive. And buti na lang, sir, swerte na lang kami in ito, yung sa Banban. Although nag-leak na po yun, marami na nakatakas. We're expecting around 3,000 POGO workers, but we ended up 156 lang. At buti na lang, sir, yung mga torture victims, iniwan nila. So, nung gabi, nung binabantayan po namin, sir, yung POGO Hub, may mga lumalabas na ng mga torture victims. Yun nga, and one of them is yung nakaposas po dun sa bed frame. And the other one is yung sumisigaw po ng tulong at nagpaparescue po.
Okay, you said before you continue answering. Kasi ang tanong ko po is like, di ba you have all the resources of the national government? You have the PNP, may CIDG tayo, may NBI. Hindi ba sila nakakapagtulong sa iyo in siguro keeping the information from leaking ba or deploying units that can be dependable and reliable in like not providing leaks to those who will be searched?
Ang PNP po, sir, malaki po yung nagagawang tulong sa amin, especially in yung augmentation pagdating po sa raids. Kasi we're not dealing, sir, with small properties, sir. We're dealing with 10 hectares of land, sir, and about 46 buildings, 5-story, 7-story buildings, sir, ang bawat isa, sir. So hindi, sir, pwede rito yung 10 tao na magre-raid. We need about a battalion of policemen and soldiers. So ang PNP, sir, malaki po yung tulong sa amin, even the National Bureau of Investigation. And of course, sir, yung IACAT po, malaki yung tulong sa amin.
So, ilang agencies involved. So the leaks could be coming from any of the agencies involved or even from the court personnel where you applied for the search warrant, correct?
Yes, sir. Actually, the Supreme Court is already investigating, sir, on what really happened, sir, dun sa leakage. They're also maybe thinking of yung leakage nanggaling, sir, sa during the application of the search warrant.
Now, you mentioned IACAT. Anong role ng IACAT sa mga ginagawa nila?
They are providing us with yung legal battle namin as far as the Pogo battle is concerned, sir. Sila po yung nag-provide ng mga prosecutors namin and yung mga legal documents, sir, na gagawin namin as far as filing of human trafficking cases hanggang sa ano, sir, yung filing po ng forfeiture cases namin, both criminal and civil forfeiture. DOJ po.
How many cases are pending in court right now?
We have about 12, sir.
12
Yes.
out of the hundreds of POGOs that are operating illegally.
Yes,
and
sir.
of the number of complaints that we've been receiving, not just through the media, but also through the other complaints being submitted to the different agencies.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So parang kulang po, Yusek.
We chose, sir, yung mga Pogo hubs, illegal Pogo hubs, na meron po kami matibay na ebidensya. Like, if those cases na hinawakan po namin, meron po mga video na pinadala po sa amin yung mga embassies. Like, the one in Banban. The videos na yung tinotorture po na Vietnamese, pinadala po sa amin. And ito naman po sa Porac, meron pong 2 videos na pinadala naman po sa amin na ongoing po yung torture niya. And then yun nga ho, kasamaan palad, hindi na namin nakita yung isa. And we heard that the fellow got killed and hindi pa rin namin nakikita till now yung body niya.
Okay. Now, for DOJ, Yusek T. Sir, when they do raids po kasi, it involves hundreds, in fact, sometimes thousands nga po, di ba? Na nire-rescue, biktima, and sometimes perpetrators din po. How many prosecutors have you assigned to assist PAOK or the other agencies po in prosecuting these POGOs?
I don't have an exact amount for the number of prosecutors, but I could estimate around hundreds na po yung mga prosecutors na tumutulong across the country. We have multiple task force of IACAT that consist of prosecutors from across the country, and from time to time, different teams of prosecutors have coordinated with PAOK and different law enforcement agents for these operations.
Okay, but Yusek, would you agree with me that this is a national concern? And would you agree with me that dapat siguro bigyan din natin ng siguro a committee ba or a body that would also assist our PNP, PAOK, NBI in focusing on these crimes? Kasi it's a national security issue, I think.
We agree, Your Honor. In fact, we have that body already.
Oh, you have it?
Yeah,
It's existing na?
We have a regular coordination meetings among specific agencies, including PAOK, PNP, NBI, AMLC, SEC, BI, and a lot of other agencies, specifically for the operations of against illegal POGOs and the many cases that will come right after.
Alright, kasi in one of the briefings that was given to us, may mga cases daw na released for further investigation yung mga nahuli. So what can you say on that, Yusek T?
I think before May 2023, before our first significant anti-POGO operation, that happened a lot. Na RFI yung mga ibang mga ni-inquest na arrest during the operation at ni-inquest. But because of the coordination between PAOK, police, DOJ, we make sure that our cases are very strong at nabawasan na significantly yung mga na-RFI.
Yung RFI.
Yes.
Can you give us an update? Can you submit to the committee siguro after this hearing po? Ano na po ang nangyari doon sa mga na-RFI? Kasi I'm concerned na baka hindi na mahanap yun or ano na ang status ng mga kaso noon. 'Di ba kasi sayang din nahuli na and then pina-release pa, 'di ba?
Yes.
So can you endeavor to give us a status of the updates on those RFI?
We will, Your Honor. And if I may add, when it comes to RFI, the interagency group was also able to adopt another tactic to ensure that we maintain custody over foreign nationals who are subject of RFI. Because more often than not, the foreign nationals that are found in illegal POGOs are not just if not violating criminal laws, they're violating immigration laws. That's shortly after our raids. Bureau of Immigration, they go to the site, they conduct immigration inquest of all the foreign nationals so we can maintain custody over them. So all foreign nationals, even those that are not charged or even those that are RFI'd, we're able to maintain custody over them.
Okay, thank you. Yusek, one question lang, sandali you said there was this hub that consisted of several buildings. So estimate niyo po, magkano ang ginastos doon in making that hub?
In the case of Banban illegal pogo hub, sir, nasa 6.8 billion.
6.8 billion. How about,
6 point, yeah.
how
And
about yung PORAC?
ang estimated nila ron, sir, is 7 billion something.
7 billion.
We're only talking on the structures, sir. Structures, not the lot.
Because this is related to my next question for Patcor. Patcor, you mentioned earlier na to prevent mga illegal pogos and stuff like that, in-increasean nyo yung parang amount ba or something, no, naging 100 million ba or something like that. Capital, paid up capital to 100 million. But you see hubs here being created at the amount of 7 billion. That's what? Ilang 100 million na yan or 6.9 billion. Do you think that by raising the capital, paid up capital, it's gonna prevent further hubs like that from being put up?
Congressman, I'll answer your question. We do not have any licensed hubs anymore. Actually, prior to my being appointed as chairman, there were only 2. That is one in Clark, in Sun Valley, and one in Cavite. Yung sa Sun Valley po, Congressman, yun po ay sinara na natin. At tulad po nung nabanggit kanina sa initial presentation, hindi na po tayo, aalisin na po ng PAGCOR sa menu ng mga pwedeng bigyan ng lisensya yung pagtatayo ng hub. With regard po dun sa PORAC at sa Bamban, gaya po ng sinabi nila Yusek Cruz at nabanggit ko rin, hindi po legal na hub yun because they did not have any license.
Kaya nga po, because in the earlier interpolation by other congressmen, you were kind of inferring po na by raising the paid-up capital, we'll be reducing the number of illegal pogos or those who would enter into such a venture. But as you can also see from the report of Yusek Cruz, that they're willing to spend 7 billion or 6.9 billion. So 100 million is just like, nothing.
Yeah, yes, Congressman, that's why in the new or additional guidelines, we are not going to allow any hub anymore. And we will only license yung pong mga office spaces. And may maximum na po kami, by the way, Congressman, ang isang licensee po ay pwede lamang makapagtayo ng opisina na hindi lalaki sa 20,000 square meters.
And that is for monitoring purposes pa?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, Congressman.
So
and we will also, as added information, Congressman, we intend to add another security feature. We will put 24/7 PAGCOR monitoring teams in all our licensees.
But that is limited to the place where the licensee actually operates.
Yes.
Just like what happened sa PORAC po, where there was a portion na may license nga and you were there, but the rest of the compound naman was used for illegal
activities.
Yes,
yung pong sa PORAC, it is out of that compound. It was approximately about a kilometer, 500 meters away yung license na ipinagkalob ng 2020 ng PAGCOR. About a kilometer away. So yung specific hub po na yon, never po nagka-lisensya. Yung scam farm, kung tawagin nila Yusek Cruz.
Alright. Thank you. Back to DOJ. DOJ, in your opening statement kanina, parang I got na parang you're inclined to recommend na walang pogo na lang because it brings about illegal activities. Can you expound on that position?
Your Honor, our position is that we can't deny. No, it's clear that pogos have been used for illegal activity, and the licenses given to these pogos, whether they're DBIGLs or pogos, have been used to provide some kind of legal cover But we acknowledge that our position comes from a position where we see the negative side. We are not privy to the positive side, to any benefits from POGO. That's why we defer. We defer to PAGCOR and the other agencies to explain what those benefits are, and we will submit to the discretion of Congress in the weighing of the costs and benefits and the final decision to ban POGOs. And if there is that decision, whatever that may be, we will continue our work to aggressively address this problem.
Okay, Pagcor, how would you like to reply to that stand of the DOJ?
For the side of PAGCOR, our side is we are in favor of legal gaming operations of IGLs. We have done our part by cleaning up all the old licenses coming from 298. We have 43 at this very during this time, and we believe that if properly regulated, the 43 licenses can be of help to the income generation activities of PAGCOR, wherein 70% is flowed back to contribution to not only to the national government but to nation building. But then again, I would like to make this clear. If Congress will pass a law, and if the President will order the immediate closure of the IGL industry, we will be supportive of such. We will not be contradicting whatever decisions Congress, Senate, or the President of the Philippines will make.
Okay. CIDG. Sir, there were reports that the units, may leaks daw coming from the PNP, not just the CIDG po Pero how do you plan on addressing siguro leaks from coming out of your offices po? Para at least man lang ma-enforce natin na tama yung mga warrants.
Yes, Mr. Chair. For the part of the PNP, in particular the CIDG, we have vetted our personnel who are joining the operations, and I am in constant coordination with USEC Gilbert Cruz, even asking him to provide us the necessary education and procedures on how we can do about these operations, and asking PAOK that I can select my personnel who are joining in these kinds of operations. And I am positive that my CIDG personnel are not the suspects on those leaks.
Okay, now sir, there were also reports that there were some CIDG units daw who assisted PAOK, but after the raid were relieved from their positions. Is that correct?
There were some instances that, Mr. Chair, that it happened. And I was not yet the Director CIDG at the time. But today that the collaborations between other agencies like PAOK, PAGCOR, the DOJ is strong. We are determined to help in whatever support that the Philippine National Police can provide in stopping this illegal IGL.
Okay, now I understand that it wasn't during your term. Now, can you look into it po? Bakit sila nirelieve?
Yes, Mr.
Na
Chair.
instead of being commended for assisting PAOK, tuloy, nirelieve tuloy ang mga, sino ba yung mga officers na yun?
Yes, Mr. Chair.
Can you submit a report to this committee? After?
Yes, Mr. Chair.
Who was the CIDG officer at that time?
I think Police Major General Romeo Karamat, Mr. Chair.
Okay. Thank you, General. Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Kala ko mahaba pa yung sasabihin mo.
Gusto niyo pa po? Pwede pa.
Anyway, the next interpellator is our friend also. Sabi mo kasi ang friend ko lang si Barbers Congressman Bonifacio Bosita, you are now recognized.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Good afternoon, everyone. Josec General Cruz, tama po ba na 402 yung illegal POGOs?
Yes, Mr. Chair.
Okay. out of 402, ilan kaya po doon, ilang cities and municipalities po ang jurisdiction nito?
Marami po. That's for the whole country na, Mr. Chair. We have in Luzon, we have in Mindanao, we have also in Visayas, and the bulk and majority of those illegal pogos are in Metro Manila.
Okay.
Mr. Chair.
Mr. Chair, Yusek General Cruz, sang-ayon po ba kayo na dapat natin itong expose sa publiko?
I think, sir, the social cost is greater than the economic benefits na nakikita. This is the PAOK experience, sir. Ano? We've seen human trafficking, sir. We've seen kidnappings, death, torture, prostitution, sexual exploitation, scamming. Normal kasi, sir, yung scamming. In every Pogo hubs na na-raid po namin, it's like a constant na makakakita ka ng torture victims, and it's also a constant na makakakita ka ng mga wanted persons. In some raided Pogo hubs, merong 12 wanted persons, merong 6, merong 9, merong 12. Hindi masisiro, sir, yung wanted persons. And these people, pag chinecheck namin, they are no ordinary criminals, sir. They are involved in violent crimes in their countries. And eto, tingin ko, sir, yung mga tao na to, these are those responsible in doing torture. Ano? Sanay na sanay eh. And bukod dun sa mga wanted persons, prostitution, sir, masyadong nabababoy, sir. Eh. Parang they like to impress in us na kaya nila magtayo ng isang self-contained community once they establish a Pogo hub, or even in Pasay. Ano? In Pasay, we raided this one building in Harrison. Doon, sir, nakakita ka torture room. Nakakita ka ng aquarium. Para sa hindi nakakaalam ng aquarium, yung aquarium po, doon po nakaupo yung mga babae na may numero po. Tapos pipili yung customer doon, dadalhin sa may mga kwarto na rin doon. Ano? So, may mga karaoke bar sa loob na kung titignan nyo, parang mapapanis po yung mga karaoke bar natin dito sa Quezon Boulevard. Kasi puro remote controlled, voice controlled yung mga KTV bars na nandun. So, self-contained, may hospital. Actually, may hospital ho kaming nahuli. Sa loob, may clinic.
Excuse
Marami
me,
po.
Yusek Cruz. Ang gusto ko pong ipunto dito, hindi po ba maganda na expose natin sa taong bayan kung itong mga illegal pogos ay saang mga cities and municipalities meron, para aware ang ating mga kababayan na meron palang illegal activities doon, or doon, kasi para dalawa po yan eh. Pwedeng sabihin natin involve yung LGU and police. Pwede rin namang hindi. Ang maganda po kasi, Mr. Chair, kung ma-expose ito, kung ako'y mayor at hindi naman ako involved, tutulong ako, magpa-participate ako sa PNP. Kung hindi ako involved. Kung ako naman involved, parang medyo mahihirapan ako na mag-participate or mag-cooperate do sa illegal activities. So, Mr. Chair, importante na alam ito ng taong bayan eh.
Yes.
So,
yes, sir.
ulitin ko po yung tanong ko, Yusek,
Yes, sir. Opo.
General Cruz. Sangayon po ba kayo na expose natin sa taong bayan kung anong mga syudad at anong munisipalidad ang merong illegal pogo sa kanilang area? Agree po ba kayo o hindi?
Agree po ako. Actually, sir, Mr. Chair, we provided a list already kanina, sir. That's the complete list to include the address and the map kung saan, paano. We already provided it.
Yes, thank you, Yusek, General Cruz. But in your level, hindi pa na-expose ito sa publiko?
Ngayon pa lang po, sir, kung sakali.
Mr. Chair, maganda po sana ma-expose ito sa taong bayan para itong mga may involved